by the sun each morning, put my feet on a hardwood floor. I get to hear my children laughing down the hall through the bedroom door. Sometimes I sit on my front porch swing, just soaking up a day.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Knitting Den. This is episode number 115 and today is Tuesday, June the 3rd. My name's Denise, I'm also known as Knitting Den. Usually on Rivalry and Instagram, about the only two places I hang out these days. If you haven't friended me on those places, I'd love you to do so. Want to welcome everyone coming back to visit. Thanks for joining me again, and to welcome to new viewers if you're watching for the first time. Want to welcome any new Ravelry members. Not many leaving any introductions, so I can't personally say hi. I don't like to do that unless you've personally said hello as well. But if you've just joined the group, thank you. I appreciate that, and I hope you enjoy reading the threads or joining in with any of the chatting going on there. Let's see, it's Tuesday. I'm kind of still getting used to recording on Tuesday. It honestly seems like it's been ages since I sat down here and chatted with you. When I was chatting on a Sunday, I don't know, the week just seemed as if it went like a lot quicker. Sunday comes and goes and it's not I'm not ready to record again, so I don't know, it somehow just seems a little longer, so I just feel like I missed you. The weather's warming up here, it's getting really nice, lots of sunshine, blue skies, sometimes in the 70s, in the 80s. We have had a little bit of rain, not too much, but it's getting there. School is out for summer, we finished last Wednesday, and I think I mentioned last week we were off on Monday for Memorial Day. Tuesday was a full day, and then Wednesday was a few hours. Kiki got back home at about, I want to say 11:30. Wasn't really worth going in if you ask me, but she, she wanted to ride the bus home one last time, and then once she got home we packed up some things and I took her over to her friends and she had a sleepover on Wednesday night. And I think that's basically all we've done this week. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, not really. So, all of us are at home for the summer so far. Hubby might go back to work part-time in an office, in his office he used to be at. But right now, everyone's home, which is one of my favourite things. I like when we're all safe and home. And now I'm thinking about it, yesterday Kiki went out to her first golf lesson. Hubby took her, he wants her to go do something this summer. We're not sporty people, so she's never, done soccer or volleyball or any kind of sport, to be honest. Even hubby's not into football, so we don't even watch that on TV. But golf, he plays sometimes, and my in-laws are very into golf. They've played for many, many years. So he wanted to, give her the opportunity to try that and see if she liked it. I've played a few times. I think last year I mentioned I started to try and play. I think I played my first game last year, like a real proper went on the golf course kind of thing and not just hit balls in the driving range. I can't really say I like it. I don't know. I'll have to maybe I'll keep trying, but when we did go out it was in the afternoon, it was getting into 90 degrees and that's just not fun for me. Anyway, she did that yesterday. She didn't really want to either, but she's never going to know if she likes anything unless we give her the opportunity to experience them. She came back and said it was okay. She was the only girl there. There was 4 other young boys about the same age, 13. And so I think she's got 2 more lessons this week, and then in a couple of weeks' time there's another course or a few lessons start up, and I think hubby wants her to go to that one as well. So that's what's going on in my little part of the world. I hope you've all had a wonderful week. I'm sitting here drinking my second cup of coffee and getting ready to just start the day. So I think, before we jump into any knitting, I'm going to do a drawing for the May finished objects, and before I do that I'm going to quickly mention, I'm sure I'm not the only one, I got an email from Blip this week they're still doing, well, they're still changing things and cancelling things. I thought it was okay. We did get things cancelled on iTunes, but Blip was still uploading, you know, letting us upload our podcasts to them, and I would put a link on the blog to that. I got an email saying, as of July, and I'm not sure, I can't remember what date in July, they are scrapping everything. Everything that I've ever put on Blip over the past 2 years will be deleted, so you won't find anything, any old episodes there, or even any new ones. So that's a little bit sad, I think. I am on Podcast Garden, and that's how I get onto iTunes, but from the sounds of it, some people are still having issues viewing the podcast on there, and it's a little bit concerning. I don't know, you know, if people are just not watching anymore because of the issues, and they're just watching the ones that are easy to watch. I don't know. I'm going to try before July to get all of the podcasts that I've done uploaded to Podcast Garden. I do have unlimited amount, you know, I've paid for the year so I can upload as many podcasts as I want, so I can upload old ones. I'm not sure how that's going to look on iTunes, if you'll see them, you know, from episode 1. I don't know, it's just it's just a bit sad, and not sure if I'll even get them all on there. I'll keep going with the new ones. I'll keep using Podcast Garden for now because I don't know what else to use. But that's the news regarding the show. I'm going to jump straight into the drawing. I'm going to do it live. I've picked a bag that was already made, but I hadn't put it in the shop yet, a Kiki Boo bag, and it's a little, I'm giving away a little zip wedge bag. This is the size for your socks or mittens or even curls, just small projects, which is great. There will be a bead on by the time I get it out to you. And it's just the plain cream lining, which I use if I can't find anything that will match. So let me jump to, there was 176, where am I? I've got the Kindle and the iPad in front of me. There was 176 entries. Oh, I just put the numbers in and they disappeared again. So I've put it in 2 to 176, which if I can show you there, and I'll hit generate. Okay, scrap that, it came up as 719, and that's because I haven't got my glasses on. It came up as 1,076 or something, 176, I think I hit, alright, I'm putting in 176, I think I hit an extra 1 or something and it gave me 1,000, so let's regenerate, and we get number, oh, for crying out I'm hitting all the side things. We got number, it's hard to hold this, number 52. So let me go to the group, that was a bit crazy. I'm going to jump over to the Rivalry group and see who number 52 is, and you will receive this bag. This is why I don't do it live very often, because it just takes a little longer. Alright, what page would that be on? Maybe page 2? Because page 1 goes up to... Oh, come on, stop jumping down. See if it's on page 2. It might be page 3 if this is only going to go up to 50. Oh dear. What number is that? Yeah, that's number 50. So page 3, the second one on page 3 is number 52. Woo! And that is Kathy Ann. Kathy Ann. She's a very regular finished objector. She always has some, I can't see any more. You usually have quite a few finished objects, Kathy, unless you're on the previous page. But anyway, congratulations. I think I have your address. I might get this in the mail before you see the podcast. But shoot me a message when you get it. I can't see any more. Is that the only one you got in there this week? Oh no, you've done some previously in the 40s and things. So, congratulations, and thanks for always joining in and putting your finished objects in there. So June finished object thread is already up. I'm watching the hair because the glasses are slipping down. So go ahead and you know, start posting in there, and I'll have another bag to give away at the end of this month. Alright, I'm going to turn the iPad back on, and I'm going to start stopping and starting the podcast because I didn't get a new camera yet, and I don't want to have any issues with the syncing. So we're going to move into finished objects. I don't have any. I have one that's off the needles, but she's not quite finished, so I'm not classing her as finished yet because she's bare naked. Yes, this is Mrs. Bakery Bear, and ooh, she's got no dress on, but she's all finished. Look, I love her. She's got a cute little face. I like how her eyes and face came out, although to me, I'm very particular. I've got to have it exact. One eye looked a little bit... yeah, it looks okay. Anyway, here she is. This is the pattern. I worked on finishing her body and legs and everything off this week, and I've started on the dress. And if you have not seen this yet, this is the lovely pattern Mrs. Bakery Bear by Kay Jones, who is Bryony Bear on Ravelry. It's a wonderful pattern. There's about 14 pages. It's got some gorgeous pictures of she's got previous bears that she's done. She has really good pictures on how to sew everything together. I've printed the rest of the pages out in black and white, but they all are colour if you were to, you know, get the pattern and just look at it online. So I've got to do the dress and the shoes, and I've fetched down with me, I guess we've kind of moved into works in progress because, as I said, she's not totally finished. So works in progress, because I've only worked on two things, finishing her and then starting her dress. And I'm doing green and cream stripes. I hope this is going to be the right size. Let me move my coffee. I'm using Barocco Vintage DK, I think this is. This is a cream colour. It was left over from my Colour Affection, and I also just did some of that bunny and lamb using this. And I'm then using this soft DK, which is the Barocco, is it Weekend? I think this is the Weekend DK. I don't know where I've put my label. Of course I don't know where I've put my label. But no, that's not it. It's probably still just upstairs. But that's what I'm using, and then I have a pink to do the shoes, like Kay has. I'm using similar colours, just a slightly different shade probably. I'll do the pink shoes, and then she'll have a little pink accent on the dress. I'm using the same size needle as I did the bear, so I'm hoping this fits and it's not too big. But I'm thinking this is looking rather short, because everybody else's dresses seem to cover the whole legs. So I might add another couple of stripes. I'll see. If it turns out totally the wrong size, I will pull it out and go down a needle size. I just realised that I'm using a size needle a little larger than what Kay has used. I think she's using 3.25 on the bear and everything, and I have got 3.75. I didn't realise that, but the bear turned out okay, and she's, oh gosh, I'm making a right clatter. She turned out a nice size, so I'm assuming because I've used 3.75 here, I should stick with 3.75 on the dress. So that's why I'm trying that out first. I do want to say, before I move on, I didn't mention this last week, the eyes that I've used, the 6mm beads, these are the ones I got. And a sewing needle did fit through them fine, you know, the hole was big enough for a sewing needle. And I just used some like embroidery thread, just black, to sew it, sew the eyes down. What I was going to say was, if you are wanting to do a bear, my concern was when I started, I got to find some beads and I didn't know which to get. Now that I've got all of these, if anyone wants some and you want to start a bear but you don't have beads and you don't want to go out and buy a huge big pack, just shoot me a PM and I'll put like half a dozen of these little things in an envelope and send them to you. I would not mind doing that at all. I've got a ton. I might use some in, on the zipper pulls and things I do all the time when I need black beads, a small black bead. But I've got lots to share. So if you feel like you want to do a bear, but it's an inconvenience to like go out and find some beads, let me know. I'd be more than happy to pop a few in the mail. I'll just wrap them up in a bit of tissue, put a couple of stamps on so they don't go through the machine at the post office. And they should get to you okay, I would think. The other work in progress I've got is this draped lace shell. I've been working on that this week. And I'm still concerned that's going to be a bit too small, even though I swatched and I finished the first side and I blocked it. I blocked the heck out of it because I didn't want it to be too small. And this is the first, this is the back, but this is the first side I did. This is the back. And so it's blocked out nice. You can see the lovely lacy pattern. But I still am a little concerned that it's going to be on the smaller side. I don't know. I'm just going to finish it off and we'll see. If it doesn't fit me, maybe I will give it away to somebody that might be a little smaller. Kiki wouldn't wear this, so obviously I can't pass it on to her. I'm now doing the front. And last night I pulled out this is how much I've got done so far. And again, if you're watching for the first time, I don't usually knit on straight needles, but I was trying this because I'd got gauge on it and I used to knit with these years and years ago. Last night I pulled about this much out. I had to pull it off the needle and rip it out. I've picked the stitches up, and the reason because I forgot to start decreasing for the shaping. I just carried on, trying to get as many repeats as I could done pretty fast. So I've had to pull it out. It was about 3 or 4 inches, I don't know. But that's where I'm at. I'll work on that this week. This was the ball, this is the second ball of yarn, and this is I ripped out the Lotus Blossom tank that I'd started, so this is why it's not in a proper cake, it's just in a ball. And the colour and the yarn is from Universal Yarns, Bamboo Pop, in a strawberry colourway, and it's 50-50 cotton and bamboo. It's really nice, and I love the colour. I really hope it fits, and that I can get some wear out of it, otherwise I'll be very sad. And I don't know what else to do. I mean, I got gauge. And I picked the second size. Well, see, this is a thing I'm never sure about. I've picked the bust size 34.5. Because even though I'm a 36, I thought it would look, well, I don't know if it would look. It's not like it's worn with any positive ease, I didn't think. And I didn't want to do, the next size up was a 38.5. And I didn't want it to be like loose and... So I don't know, that's my problem. When I get gauge, I'm still then stuck with which size do I knit. A 34.5 or a 38.5 when I'm a 36 usually. I find it confusing. So perhaps I should have gone up to 38.5, who knows. It's a free pattern on Rivalry. The designer there is Lien. I don't know how you say that. Ngo. I don't know how you say those. So that's what I've been working on this week, and basically that is all I've worked on. I've not cast on with this yarn I showed you last week, which was a lovely... I'm hoping to cast on this. I showed that last week. I didn't get that cast on. I guess it's almost monogamous, of trying to get a couple of projects done, the bear and this, and I might even get them finished by next week, so that will be good. Next up, show and tell. I don't have anything knitting related. I've got a couple of things I wanted to show that I got in the mail this week. And before I do that, I just want to say a huge thank you to the sweet friend who sent me something a couple of weeks ago that I haven't actually shown on the podcast. And I might not show on the podcast, but I do want to say personally, huge thank you. You know who you are. I want to say thanks for the smelly soaps. The lovely smelly soaps, not nasty smelly soaps. They're gorgeous. And the little pencil and notepad as well. It's nice to be able to say thank you personally because I know you're watching. And yeah, it put a huge big smile on my face to receive that from you. I really appreciate it. And this week I got another little package that I really, really appreciate as well. But I brought this down because I'll be sewing with this, and I'll have to show you it. I got a little package in the mail this week from a friend. That's all I'm going to say, a friend. And she sent me some notepads. That one's upside down and they're crinkling. Notepads with some envelopes and another little notepad and some envelopes. And, you know, from the pictures you can probably tell where they've come from. And I got some fabric too. She thought I might like to sew myself a bag with. And I'm sure nearly everyone could hear me squeal when I got this. Look at the koalas, a kookaburra. That's a kookaburra bird. Kookaburra sits in the old gum tree. We used to sing that at school. Oh, that's the kookaburra, I think. Is that the same bird or is he a kingfisher? Oh no, that's the parrot, sorry. He's like a parrot. This, I know, I think, is the kookaburra. That bird there. There's a dingo, kangaroo, the duck-billed platypus. We learnt about these Australian animals when I was in school, many, many years ago. And then there's the wombat. I think he's a wombat. I didn't learn about him, but I'm sure that's what that little guy is. So, I am going to sew myself a bag. I might even get two out here, and I'll show you them when they're done. I did also get some cookies, which we would actually call biscuits. I think in Australia they're called biscuits as well. And I don't have them sure because they've been eaten already, and they were a packet of Tim Tams. And I have to tell you, sweet friend who sent these, my daughter had me over yesterday to drive into World Market, which is about a 30-minute drive away for me, to see if they were selling Tim Tams, because we'd already finished the package off that you sent. We did find some. I'm glad I saw online. I was looking at the information about them, and it did say that they would be called Arnott's Originals. I think that was the company, Arnott, or Arnott's. They would be called Arnott's Originals. They wouldn't have Tim Tam on the label, and they had them in World Market, so I picked up a couple of packages. They're upstairs and we've been eating them. I've only had one out of this new packet. I did have two out of the package that you sent, and they're absolutely delicious. Chocolate covered, chocolate sandwiched biscuits. And yeah, so I don't know how often she's going to want me to drive over there. It's not going to happen very often because they're nearly $5 a packet. But I'd say, I want to say thank you because they were delicious, and thank you for all these goodies. And I have to say, I got out of the habit of writing to my pen pals, so this has totally helped to motivate me again. And so I will be writing, sitting down and trying to find time to get some letters and cards out. And speaking of cards, got nothing again to do with knitting, I did go to a little Stampin' Up class, I would say class, kind of a class. The girl who does the Stampin' Up that I buy the supplies off now, she was having like an open house last Saturday where she was showing you new things, new products that come out because the new catalogue came out this past week for Stampin' Up. And we made some little cards, so I was going to show you what I just made because I love this. I made this one. She had these made and then we just kind of followed And this big yellow flower, we're using the new blendable kind of pens that are not out apparently till July. I was all ready to buy these, but I'll have to put another order in July. So I made that one. I think I'm going to send that to my mummy with her little teddy bear. We made this cute one, and this is actually a stamp. I thought she'd kind of smudged colours on it, but it's a stamp, and these are the new colours out. So I made that one, and then this one sees the cake instead of sees the day, I guess. Kind of like a birthday card, and we made that cute one. I really love making the cards. Again, it's just trying to find the time, you know, to do it. But that was fun, and that was my show and tell. Book talk. Not much to chat about this week. I'm still trying to read. I didn't bring anything with me. I'm trying to read the Secret History for the July book club in the neighbourhood. We're also, it's a definite that we're going to read Death by Kashmir in July, starting July 1st. So there is a thread in the group if you want to check that out. I'm going to break down the book into chapters. I'll list that soon. It's for anyone that wants to join in with me, and we'll read it throughout the whole month of July. And we can, each week, you know, we can pop into the thread and make comments or discuss it, or I might ask questions about it if I can think of any. So that's what's going on with the, you know, reading and the books. I think that was all. So again, it's Death by Kashmir. The author of that is, oh, I forgot now, Susan Goldenbaum. I think it's Susan. Goldenbaum is the last name, I definitely know that. And this is the first book in a series of her Seaside Knitters mystery series. So that's going on, or that will start in July. Haven't really read anything else, and yeah, I think that's about everything with the book talk. This might be, oh, it's hard to tell because I keep stopping and starting, but this might be a shorter episode than usual. Let's see, because that actually takes us into girly chatter. And again, girly chatter, not much to chat about this week, I'm afraid. The usual, Fly Lady and Trim Healthy Mama. Fly Lady, I'm going to have to buckle down, so to speak, and try to get a routine going. Now that Kristen's not in school, I got to carry on with the routines I was starting. She's going to make a list of things, of what she wants to do each day. Part of that is going to be housework with me. Part of it is going to be learning some computer programming online with her dad. And what else? She's going to be reading. He wants her to read something over the summer that is not just fiction, which she doesn't tend to do much either. She likes to play online on computers a lot. So we got to, you know, try and wean her off some of that and expose her to other things. So that she's going to come up with a plan for the week. Mine, I got the plan already. It's starting to try and stick with it now. Get some sewing in because I'm still trying to, you know, keep the shop updated with bags and stuff like that. And I don't really have anything else I've written down. I haven't written down anything, so I'm just kind of chatting off the top of my head. Yeah, unfortunately, nothing coming to mind. So I'll have to think about what to chat about next week, otherwise this section's going to get a little boring. And I'm looking around like, is there anything that will prompt me to chat about? One of the things I haven't mentioned recently is the garden. Now that the weather's warming up, we've got leaves on our little fruit trees, but we don't have any plans to do any big gardening out there this year, mainly because hubby's he's kind of stuck at the computer all the time working, so we're not wanting to build and put any money into the, you know, the garden and build any boxes and garden beds just yet. I do have pots again on the deck I tried to plant out some of the tomatoes and things that I'd grown from seed the other week. I think I might have put them out a little too early. It was only a couple of weeks ago, but we got lots of high winds, and nothing looks like it's doing very well. I've only put some tomatoes out there and then the basil that I'd put in the herb pot. So at this point I think I'm going to be having to buy some tomatoes and some peppers and herbs and stuff from Lowe's or Home Depot and put theirs, you know, their already grown, started off plants and vegetables and things. I'm going to have to use them to put in my planters. So nothing really to show you on there either. It was a little disappointing. I had started these things off from seed in the house and they were looking really well. And I think next year, I don't know if I'll bother even with the seeds, and it just this time of year, come June, go out and buy what they've already grown, you know, in the garden centres and stuff. So not much going on in that respect either. So with that said, girly chatter over with, I'm going to jump into the last section, which is the Kiki Boo bags. I thought I'd better stop that one there as well in case the syncing has gone off. Kiki Boo bags, I guess I'm going to have to just do updates every 2 weeks because I'm getting busy now where I'm needing to work on the new kit, the Book Lovers kit, and I need to get some Christmas bags done as well for July. I've removed all of my sewing machine and the things I had upstairs in the dining room. I've brought them all back down here. And that was because, I don't know if I mentioned last week, we were supposed to have hubby's half-brother. It's not his brother, but it's his half-brother. He didn't really grow up with him, but, you know, he's married and got a family now, and they've been to visit a couple of times. They were supposed to come in, and I thought they were going to stay, but they had to stay in a hotel up in Aurora because their young girls were doing a volleyball tournament. But I had cleared off the dining table and everything because they were coming to visit for, you know, a few hours. I brought it down here, and I need to now get organised and probably do the sewing down here because I don't want to drag it all back upstairs and clutter up the dining room again. I'm still not, I haven't got the, well, I do have the fabric. I'm not going to show you it yet because I don't have the yarn. Sadly, I sent Michelle from Dancing Dog Dye Works, I sent her a bag so that she could start on the yarn and dye it up to match the bag. And unfortunately, silly me sent it to her old address. She moved last year, just before Thanksgiving. I've mailed it to the old address. She hasn't received it, so she doesn't have any fabric yet to, you know, start dyeing from. I'm going to send her sample fabric in the mail today, but I'm hoping to send another bag so that she can see, you know, all of the fabric. So that might be holding me back a little. I might not have pre-orders up in mid-June, it might be more near the end of June. I'm just going to keep you posted, and I'm not going to stress out about it because I haven't got a date set in stone. So no stress, I'll just do it as and when I can. Once the pre-orders are up, then the stress will start because I want to get them out in a timely fashion, and I want to have them ready to mail within 2 weeks of your pre-ordering. So working on that, working on having some Christmas bags done. I do have fabric for that, and it's not with me, so I can't show you that either. So I guess I've got to just keep you guessing all the time. Now, it's hard to know how long this video is because I've stopped and started it again so many times. But I will get it edited in a minute. I'll get on with my chores for today. Master bedroom on a Tuesday. Kristen's going to help me. I'm washing the sheets right now. And I guess I'm just going to, you know, start the process of the week. I tend to forget what day it is when we're not at school. But if I can stick with a plan and a routine, then, you know, that might help. I just realised, because I don't have notes and I am waffling, I've not mentioned anything about the Trim Healthy Mama. All I briefly mentioned was Fly Lady. I'm still sticking with that, and I haven't written much. I haven't written anything in the thread about it, unfortunately. I'll have to try to do that. I'm still sticking to the plan for the most part. Some meals I have not on plan, but I will say, if to encourage you, if you're still thinking about this, or if you're on the fence, or if you do want to get into some kind of a new, eating well habits and all that, this is something I still highly recommend. I have to say, and I'm not knocking Weight Watchers. I've done it many times. I did like it, although in the past, I will admit, I've always felt deprived. I've always felt like I had to count every tiny little thing I ate because you only allowed so many points. You don't do that with Trim Healthy Mama, and I don't feel deprived. And I've been kind of doing this since the beginning of April. I have to say I am down 6 pounds, which makes me get into my jeans that I was wearing last summer, which I'm very happy about. And because I don't feel deprived, I'm still eating the way that the book tells you to, and the concept. It's the timing of the meals, to be honest, that is more important. Plus the fact, as I've mentioned before, that you don't mix your carbohydrates with your fats. You have protein with every meal, but your protein will be with some carbohydrates, or your protein will be with fats. And again, I will try to add more to the thread if I can find the time, or if I know what to do, or what to tell you, if you would find that helpful. I think I did mention that I would try to put some of my meal plans in there. And I'm not sticking with a specific meal plan now. It's just in my head that I know generally what I would have for lunch or breakfast. Lunch is, if you have salads and grilled chicken, or taco salads and stuff like that, that's a really easy thing to think about for lunch. Breakfast is often bacon and eggs, or pancakes. So I'm still liking it. I still would like to encourage you or motivate you if that's what you would like to do as well. And it's just a matter of me carving out some time to well, not blog about it, to write about it and put it in the thread for you. Feel free to PM me at any time if you want any questions answered, or if you want to ask me anything about it. I'd be more than happy to just respond personally that way if it helps. With all of that said, and I feel like I just waffled and waffled because there's not any notes written whatsoever today, I think I need to close it up and get it edited and posted. I wish you all a wonderful week, and I want to thank you again for joining me on a weekly basis, and I will hopefully continue to do it on a weekly basis throughout the summer. I know it gets busy for some podcasters go down to recording every 2 weeks, or intermittently, or whenever they can. I always hope to find the time to sit down with you every week, because this is as much fun for me, probably more so for me than it is for you, and I don't like to deprive myself of it. But with that said, I need to start getting a little bit more organised, not waffle off the top of my head. So I'm going to wrap it up for there. I hope you all have a lovely week, and I hope you come back next week and join me here in the Knitting Den. Bye guys.